During the last few years, retail has been plagued by extreme uncertainty. In response to the health crisis and growing inflation, businesses across the country have conducted cost analysis and announced the closure of several of their brick-and-mortar stores. In the United States, well-known retailers like Bed Bath & Beyond, CVS, and Best Buy have all shut down locations within the past year. Even prominent dollar store businesses, which have thrived during these difficult economic times, are preparing to close stores. Today's video will explain why retailers like Dollar General and Family Dollar and other big-name brands are shutting down its stores. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that in June, the Consumer Price Index rose 9.1%, marking the highest rate of inflation in the United States since records began being kept in 1979. The CPI for September was 8.2%, which is lower than previous months, but still very high. Dollar store chains, in contrast, have grown rapidly despite the fact that overall retail sales have been declining as a result of rising prices. Dollar stores have performed better than others in recent years. According to an article published by New York Times, two of the top U.S. businesses, Dollar General and Dollar Tree, which also owns Family Dollar, both experienced increased sales and earnings in their most recent fiscal year. As a result of price increases, consumers have reportedly begun flocking to bargain stores. Both businesses saw an increase in the number of customers with greater incomes. According to Joseph Feldman, senior analyst at Telsey Advisory Group, quote, "The consumer is trying to make ends meet, and when you have limited dollars in your wallet, the dollar stores provided the capacity to do so." Although this was a positive surprise, it wasn't enough to prevent the impending collapse of several dollar stores. Both Dollar General and Family Dollar have closed stores across the United States, as was reported on October 18th by WRTV, an ABC affiliate in Indianapolis. In addition, the Norwalk Reflector reported on November 2nd that the Family Dollar shop in Norwalk, Ohio had closed. According to a November 15th story from Kana Community News, the Family Dollar in Little Chute, Wisconsin plans to close in the months coming. Last week, Donnie Anderson, manager of the Kaukauna store, announced the news of the business's closing in Facebook post of the Kaukauna Community Group. The sign states that December 17th was the final day of the business for this Family Dollar store. The Little Chute Family Dollar business will be shutting down, Anderson wrote with regret. Quote, "To everyone in Little Chute and the surrounding areas, we appreciate your loyalty and support over the years. One of our other Family Dollar, Dollar Tree stores in the Fox Valley would be happy to assist you." Anderson noted that the Little Chute Family Dollar's lease had ended earlier in the year. Rising rents have forced the company to permanently down the Family Dollar store, despite the fact that it had been renting the facility on a month-to-month basis while actively exploring the region for a site to relocate the store. Dollar stores aren't the only stores closing. Over the summer, Salvation Army has closed two of its thrift stores, one in Manitoba, Canada in June and the other in Duluth, Minnesota on July 1st. That same month, the popular discount grocery chain Lidl also shut down two of its stores in the U.S. The reasons behind these closures are not being hidden from customers. Although decisions like this are never easy, Nordstrom Incorporated, the parent company of Nordstrom Rack, explained in a statement that the move was required to diversify the business's holdings. "We approach each of our markets holistically, leveraging our combination of physical and digital assets to offer customers increased product selection, improved delivery speed, and unmatched convenience," Nordstrom Incorporated said, per the Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal. "We believe we're best able to serve customers in the Minneapolis market by focusing on our nearby Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack locations as well as online." There are also big-name brands like Sears Hometown that had already been doing some serious downsizing. In 2019, there were still 750 Sears Hometown locations in the United States. On the other hand, CNN stated that the most recent round of closures accounted for nearly half of the chain's remaining retail base. The sacrificial lamb has now turned its attention to the other side. Stacy Caprio, a financial writer, predicts that by 2022, some well-known brands, including Gap, would have gone out of business. Their income is mostly dependent on customer spending at shops, which has declined dramatically in recent years due to widespread implementation of anti-theft and other anti-hoarding regulations. If they want to be in business for the long haul, they'll need to embrace innovation and prioritize online operations above brick-and-mortar stores. One of the unfortunate results of the decision to quit renting its remaining stores. Lockdowns and stay-at-home orders had a terrible impact on the retail industry, and some contend that JCPenney, another legacy brand that may be discontinued, was finally doomed by the epidemic. The principal at C Street Creative stated that the corporation had just about 600 physical stores left standing and a shrinking customer base, adding that JCPenney has already experienced its share of tumultuousness. Some stores will be closing at one of the nation's most well-known retailers of home furnishings and decor. On December 16th, the Burn announced that the Home Goods in Ashburn, Virginia would be closing forever. The 25,000 square foot building in Ashbrook Commons, where the company has been located for the past few years, is now available for lease, as reported by the local media. Office supply stores are also suffering. The challenge for office supply stores, says Employee Justice Legal Team CEO Jesse Harrison, is that one does not need to see an item in person to buy it. You may get the exact stapler you need from an online retailer. You don't have to go to the store to see or try on paper because everyone is familiar with its appearance, as he puts it. Since Office Depot stock has been falling continuously since December 2019, he believes that competitors like Staples and Office Depot will go out of business in the near future. In 2015 alone, 198 Staples and Office Depot locations shuttered across the United States, bringing the total number of defunct locations for the two brands to over 1,100. According to data compiled by UBS, tens of thousands of businesses have shut down during the past 5 years, and another 80,000 are expected to follow suit by the year 2026. When a facility closes, dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of people may lose their jobs. All of these storied names fell victim to the same thing: a sluggish economy that couldn't keep up with the expansion needs of its businesses. U.S. shoppers are feeling the effects of the highest prices in decades, combined with earnings that just can't keep up with inflation. The time you've taken to watch this video is greatly appreciated, and we look forward to reading your feedback and ideas below.